Hi, I just want to talk about um, me being with the possibility of having a new love in my life, okay? In the wake of everything happening in Chicago and in this country, in Illinois, with immigration in Arizona, with all the backlash, with the advancement of colored people, with the Mexicans running the NAACP at this point, with Oprah voting for Barack Obama and basically funding his campaign, and for all the people that was in between, like Michael Jackson, who was stuck in the middle somewhere. Well, he wasn't stuck in the middle financially, but socially, yes, because his own race of people did not view him as being black after he tried to conform to Hollywood's standard of beauty, just like Beyonce and even white people do it. They wear extensions. They lighten their skin. Some darker white people, minority people, Asian people, Mexican people do it. People from African countries, Caribbean countries like Jamaican, Belizean. Many people have to feel like they have to conform to the American Hollywood standard of beauty, which is basically a standard of European, you know, beauty, saying that you have to be like a certain have certain dimensions and have Anglo-Saxon features or whatever. I don't know, but my whole point was that in the wake of all of that, I tried love. I tried love with my first love was a beautiful brother, and he was so I loved him so much. His name was I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway. So anyway, that lasted for like 15 years. I was 16 years old, and at first, I think we broke up when I don't remember in my 20s. But we're still friends, and I'm still attracted to him and everything. But he has a girlfriend. So I don't know how I ended up. Off and on as a teenager, I dated white boys or whatever. It was kind of fun, like being like a little puppy or a little, I don't know, toy or something for them. So it was cool, but it was nothing really ever like beneath or below the surface. It was always superficial. So about a year ago, no, 2 years ago, I got pregnant by this white dude. And anyway, that's another story, but it's about love. It's about me trying to find love again. So that's what I'm trying to do. So anyway, a year after that, after I broke up with him, I don't have any kids. Didn't have an abortion, so there it is. But so I ended up dating Isaac. Isaac was my sort of like boyfriend. I don't know what you want to call it, but we tried to experiment in being together. Being a black person and him being a white person or whatever. So anyway, it was up and on, but I never thought that I could love out of my race. That's my whole point. And I did, and I survived it. I still don't know. I think he cared about me, and I think he loved me, but in his race and his culture, I think it was just complicated because he was also a different religion. So with me being a Christian black person and him being a Jewish, Russian, Swedish person, it was in his best interest to date somebody's Jewish. So that's what he ended up doing. So anyway, no hard feelings. So I got over that. I made it through a major hurdle because I never thought I could love out of my race. Remember, this video blog is about love and dating and loving again, even after you have won and lost in the battle of love and war. All is fair in the battle of love and war. So I lost that one, obviously, sadly, because he's now with his Jewish girlfriend who is pregnant, and she's very, very pregnant. So anyway, I'm looking to find love again. Um, I don't know what flavor I'm looking for because That's really not important. I feel so proud of myself that I'm able to grow up to the point where I can say, okay, all this stuff is happening in the world, and we're in such a big transition right now in this country, and even globally, economically, and culturally. They're saying that race is a cultural and a social construct, meaning that everybody is basically going to have the same culture probably in the next 50 years. And probably in the next 50 years, everybody's probably going to be a minority too. I don't know. I can't project into the future that far ahead, so I really don't know. But I think it might be right. We all might have the same culture, and we all might look alike too. So that's cool. So everybody gonna be scared of each other because everybody always say, "Oh, I'm afraid. I think you're interesting, but I'm afraid." But I'm not afraid. I tried to love, and I did love. I loved out of my race. I loved out of my culture. I loved out of my religion. I even loved out of my. Well, that's another story. But I'm ready to love again, and that's my issue, and that's what I want. I want to try to love again, and I'm ready for it. So. Um, Hopefully, I won't meet anybody who have penis envy, who will be jealous of me being happy and in love, in a loving, stable, long-term relationship. By the way, it lasted about a year with me and Isaac, and it was off and on, it was rocky, but I'm proud of myself because I was able to stick to something for a long time, and even though it was out of my interest personally, it was a new comfort level for me, a new comfort zone for me. I stuck with it, and I grew up. I grew. And that's my whole point. That's what I want. That's what love and relationships is about, growing. And if you can grow with somebody despite your differences, then you are a mature person and you are ready for a relationship. If you could grow, even though in deep down inside you might hate that person, you might not agree with anything that they're about, you might not like anything that they're about, you might not even really like how they look. But if you find them interesting enough to get to know them openly and honestly, you have grown. And if you haven't grown, you're not going to be happy in whatever race or culture or religion that you find yourself with dating in. Okay, so take notes. All right, thanks.